Keiko just played one of the best maps in the history of Valorant on one of the biggest stages in Masters London to save NRG. Let me explain. NRG are maxed up against XLG here, and while they beat them pretty easily on Pearl, this Lotus comp has given them a lot of trouble. If you'll see, it is triple Sentinel. It's not something you're going to run into every day. It's not something you're going to run into most days, and it threw NRG for a loop. Keiko had to play the best map of Masters London so far, although we are only in day one, and one of the best maps ever to save NRG against this comp. And in this video, we're going to dive into how in the world he was able to save them, what this comp did to NRG, and what you can take away from it. I'm Lionzblade. I haven't uploaded in over a month. I'm really sorry, but I'm trying to hit 10K by the end of London. So go ahead, hit that subscribe button. It's free, helps me out a ton, and makes me feel very happy, and let's get into it. What pushes this map into the best game of all time category, or at least one of them, for Keiko is quite simple. NRG should have lost this map. They were down 6-0. We're going to take a look at this round here, but doing something like that, having a life map on a map where you were supposed to lose. It wasn't some super back and forth thing initially. It was literally just you were supposed to lose. That's it. It's so impressive to me. So let's take a look here at how they lost right here their buy round against XLG's bonus, a pretty weak bonus if you'll take a look here. Now, this A take from XLG is beautiful. You use a tiny bit of utility and completely negate the Viper. All they used is a slow, a smoke, and a fade haunt, and then get deadlock inserted A, boom. You don't have to worry about this part of the map anymore at all. But NRG, as they start going towards C here, they back off. Now, the important part is that Scuba, the reason I know, or at least think, they were trying to go towards C and were fully committed to this, Scuba stops watching B main, he doesn't go A, he doesn't try and become the pivot option that the Viper is on Lotus. Instead, he goes, groups up with the team, and it looks like they're about to hit. Then they back off. The issue is that Scuba stopped holding B main. So you watch right here as Leo is able to push up out of B main and pretty much win the round for XLG. Like I said, Keiko had to save them. This right here, I'm not sure what happened. Scuba goes backwards as Mata goes forward, and it turns into Mata just dying because he's swinging alone. Just a bit of a miscommunication there. And now, even though it is a 3v4, Scuba's low, XLG have all of A, and most importantly, they turned on builds. See, they started walling B main, then they walled A, and they went into builds Fortnite. But as NRG slowly grouped back towards C, they end up just having Keiko TPN. This was not like some other high kill VLR games, some baiting masterclass where you have someone just sit back and get the kills off of trades. No, Keiko was doing things. He was in there, as you can see right here. If anything, he's the one getting baited. Now that we've seen how NRG are slipping away, let's watch though how Keiko's able to save them and bring this map back with a great performance. It looks scary for NRG. They're down 6-0, and you might be thinking, oh, well, they're attacking against Triple Sentinel. Of course they're going to be down. But the thing is, the Triple Sentinel comp that XLG are running is statistically better on attacking rounds. That's because once you get on site, and we'll show you this later, once you get on site with all of your utility, it is almost impossible for the enemy team to retake because you have 3 Sentinels worth of utility with stuff like the Sage and Deadlock walls, Cypher trips, all the trips from Deadlock as well. It is so difficult to get back on site. And NRG almost lose this round. I know it's crazy as you're watching Whack-A-Mole be played on the screen. NRG genuinely almost lost this round. As you can see, it ends up being a 2v4, quickly turned into a 3v4 with this Sage res, but watch what ends up happening. Because they don't know that both are flanking here until much, much later, Brock ends up, after we go through this, Brock ends up taking this peek where he thinks, I believe, that it's only one flank, and so he dies to Leo. Now, Mata is 1 HP. Keep in mind, this game was 13-11 with all of Keiko's heroics. It was that close. I feel very confident in saying if NRG lose this round, the game is simply over. But the thing that differentiated this game, and why, again, I said it was one of, if not the best map of all time, was Keiko did not get empty frags. He got impactful kills that changed rounds. So right here with Mata 1 HP, what does he do? He takes over, gets both of these kills, and gives NRG their first round. Now, you're probably not a pro player if you're watching this. No offense, just statistically it's unlikely. But if you want to win in ranked games, you have to have impact. Check this out if you want to win some more ranked games. If you watch this channel, you know Valorant is a mental game just as much as it is a mechanical one. One mental mistake can lose you rounds, and that can lose you games, meaning you're not playing to your true potential. That is where Flow State by NeuroOptima comes in. Flow State is built for true mental clarity, not just energy spikes, and there's a reason that Tier 1 and 2 pros are all switching towards it. It is better than anything else on the market. It'll give you true mental focus, and it will not let you crash. It's an all-in-one cognition optimizer that boosts how you think, mental clarity, and gives you clean, sustained energy for up to 6 hours. If it's going to work at the pro level, I promise it'll work for you too. So go ahead and play to your true potential by getting some flow state. Link is in the description, and you can use code LIONS for 15% off. Go rank up, and let's get back to the video. Now, Keiko clutches the round, but the more important thing, in my opinion, is his decision-making here. I wonder if I've talked about that recently. He ends up Omen ulting over here, and it's a very, very, very good ult. See, Ethan has this Fatal, but the only issue with that is that they don't have rubble control. XLG have used their Haunt off rip almost every single round to take rubble control. NRG don't really have Scuba generally lurking up here, so they completely give the control, meaning Deadlock, as he has plenty of rounds before, could be pushed up here. But Ethan only has one Prowler and Mata has one nade, and they want to combo this utility with the Fatal. Those are the only two pieces of utility that they realistically could full clear rubble with. So they decided to have Keiko ult up here. He then clears rubble by himself, and if you'll notice on the actual sight hit, there's the Fatal. There, as Brock Odin's end to break the wall, is the nade, and there's the Prowler that they use to combo with the Fatal, force him into that spot, and get in a great spot to win the round. Now, Keiko does have to actually, win the round for them off of a 3K here. Bang, and then both other players end up dying. By the way, Happyway was amazing this game. He was a large reason that they were up 6-0, and a large reason that their defense works so well with this comp. He anchors C very well off of his Cypher utility, and is a great player overall. I know China's a very weak region, but he is an awesome player. The issue is that Keiko is even better. This peak, by the way, is nasty. Just gets the kill. Bang, goes over, but Keiko in front of the home crowd, which is really cool, by the way. I always love when players are able to show up in front of their own home crowd. Comment below what, iteration of that you like the most. Is it loud in Brazil? Is it something else? Let me know in the comments below. But if Keiko's able to possibly, might be jumping the gun, win the event here with NRG, I think that would be a really, really cool thing. He's on pace to right now, obviously. Just look at the scoreboard here for a second. It's normally very difficult to make a Glaze video fully on one player, unless that player's Demon 1, because people in team organized Valorant in the top level generally cannot single-handedly win a game. Even a great map is normally caused, and it was to an extent here, don't get me wrong, but normally is caused by teammates setting him up great, and you have maybe 3 or 4 rounds in a great performance that can be attributed to mostly you. Anyways, Keiko gets the first blood here on an opping Sage, had the same amount of first bloods as the rest of his team combined. That's right, NRG had 10 first bloods, Keiko was 5 of them. Then he goes on site after a bit of, I don't even know, I don't want to say it's disjointed, I just think they should have swung the smoke together. You know someone's backside because he broke this haunt, yet for some reason Brock, don't get me wrong, he thinks that there's a chance that someone's in here. He peeks with intent. As you can see, he goes to the side so his Odin doesn't swing through. I just thought multiple people would swing this. They probably should have. They don't. Anyways, Happyway goes here. After Happyway does this, Keiko then gets a 3K on site to turn a 3v3 into a 2v1, go on C, and win the round. Again, normally it's very difficult to just say, oh, this guy won the round, this guy won the round. He just did it 3 times in a row. It's absurd stuff that's happening here. But finally, after he gets his 3rd kill, we're going to take a look at NRG's defense against this triple Sentinel comp. By the way, I'm not skipping ahead because Keiko fell off or anything. The very next round, he instantly gets the first blood, like I said, 5 of them, and then makes it a 4v2 within the first, 20 seconds of the round here. Just goes in and dominates the B site. Beautiful stuff. But remember, for a savior, you must first have a problem to be saved from, and NRG continue digging that hole deeper here. They're down 7-5, but like I said, XLG's comp is better on attack, and you can see what it forces NRG to do on the pistol here. They just roam together as a pack. They have one person on each extremity, and just go together as a pack, because they know if the bomb goes down, they have lost this round. It's that simple. The utility that XLG have in this comp, it's a fantastic comp. It really, really is. And it's able to force you to play in such an odd way, right? They're stacking a hoping, pleading that XLG come here because they know if the bomb goes down, they've probably lost this round, especially on pistol. And that's what happens. They go C right here, and the bomb gets down. Do you understand how annoying it is to break a deadlock Sage wall all with pistols? It is unfathomably annoying. It takes so much ammo, and so they just win the round. They're able to, because they have the control of water with this wall, they're able to just go push Scuba as a team, bang, they leave one person on site, and they come back with the numbers advantage and just win the round. Everyone on Energy had to flank because they were all on A, stacking, hoping this exact situation didn't play out. So they dig the hole a little bit deeper, but don't worry, it gets worse. First of all, the right side of the scoreboard is absolutely absurd. Just like take that in for a second. NRG's scoreboard is insane. Keiko is dominating, but look at the money here for XLG. For winning 4 rounds in a row, that's not great money. NRG have been able to take out their guns pretty consistently, even though they've been losing these rounds. They lost their buy round and then the eco after. But before that eco, they called a timeout. And you can see XLG preparing for some kind of push. Generally, when coaches in VCT call a timeout on an eco, it's assumed that it's for the next buy round. Don't get me wrong, it could be for an eco, but they might have some strat for the next buy round as well. XLG are very wary of it. They're able to get Mata and Op here, and XLG, even with the triple Senti comp, have no problem pushing people off of lines here. If you'll look at some of the util combos, they've been playing this comp for like over a year now. They're very comfortable on it. If you'll look at some of the util combos they have, Fade I and Deadlock C's right there to get Mata. He's dead if he doesn't have that satchel there on him. It was a beautiful combination. Some of the stuff they're able to do, I know they did lose this, but this comp seriously is just insane with how well it works on Lotus. I mean, they took the world champions to 11-13 and would have lost if, again, one of the greatest maps in Valorant history wasn't played by Keiko. But NRG are finally able to win a round off the back of, guess who? Keiko and the rest of the team. Keiko gets the first blood, but then Mata's able to trade himself up here, and this from Scuba is huge. See, Cypher's back here. Scuba is just holding, and waiting, meaning that while it is technically a 3v4, it's really a 2v3 on site. Since Keiko is able to get this kill right here onto the Sage, and then Brock gets that, all Scuba has to do is wait, stall, and they would have been able to stick. Luckily, Brock is there with his American Odin right there to get the kill. I really want them in this, I don't know. I want them to introduce a bald eagle skin for the Odin that he can use that just has, do you see right here on the finisher where it has something swoop down on him? I want a bald eagle to swoop down and like caw. Riot, hire me. What's that? You think I haven't been glazing Keiko enough this video? Alright, I understand your concerns. After all, he did have an elite map. Ethan just, by the way, like, listen, he's one of the only players that doesn't get this posted on social media because he is really that good. He's the 2-time world champ, but it just looks so funny. Anyways, not enough Keiko glaze can physically be put into this video. He negates 2 ults by spamming through. That Deadlock ult was most likely catching Ethan and winning XLG the round. So, like, I don't know, the 7th round Keiko's won here. Not a coincidence NRG have 7 rounds, by the way. Then gets this kill, waits, the Sage res comes out, so Keiko is able to pretty much get 2 ults down with 1 spam. Then he comes in. Keep in mind, by the way, that while this execute happens, Ethan doesn't get this spam kill, most likely, if the Deadlock ult isn't killed by Keiko, because he's probably Deadlock ulted. There was no one really near him, if you'll notice back here, that could have saved him. So that spam kill probably doesn't happen. The Mata kill probably doesn't happen because they're already on site and Mata wouldn't have had time to rotate over. So yet again, Keiko getting this first blood, had 5 of them, wins them the round. Arguably. I would say that this definitely is not the way they win the round if they do without Keiko. He also just spams to the smoke and then is like amazed by his hands. This is also like just one of the coolest celebrations I think you can do. If you guys remember, if you're like pretty tapped into the Valorant scene and you've been here for a while, when Boostio aced against PRX in 23 and he like looked at his hands like, oh my god, that is without a doubt one of the coolest situations that you can be in and one of the toughest celebrations in my mind that you can do. I want to see more of it. If this is me, I'm posting this screenshot on Twitter. Luckily, Keiko is not me. I would probably be very unprofessional if I was that good at the game, but this is the stage now. NRG have lost their raid boss 7 seconds into the round. It's 12-11, and the casters make a very, like, interesting statement here that I agree with, which is XLG need to show up, and I'm paraphrasing a little bit, for themselves, but also for their region. And I really like that because China has sucked recently. Ever since EDG won champs, they've been a combined like 10 and 27 in international events. If you take out Wolves, it falls to like 5 or 6 total wins since EDG's champs won. It's not good. So China, I think, in this event, and it doesn't look like they will, they were 0-2 today, need to show that they still have something, right? That they're not just a filler region because that's what they've looked like for so long. But back to this. They Cypher ult the body here and start going up. They see, okay, 2 people on C. They end up getting Brock in this ult. He gets broken out, but he doesn't have any real chance of escape because he's broken out like when he's right in front of everyone. But I want to talk about Ethan because I think Ethan wins this round. There's a reason I said earlier, his PR is so high because he's a guy who does stuff when it matters most. He fade ulted through the door, gets the spam kill on Lysar, but he's going to continue to be a nuisance through this door. Also, I don't know what Deadlock is doing here. He's alone on site because the Vice Wall was up and then the spam and the Fatal and all that. This is just not a good fight to take. Just wait for your team. Anyways, 3v3 situation, and again, Ethan, he's going to be a nuisance on this door. Off this res, he actually threw it a tiny bit before, but still it ends up impacting the res. He seizes so that he can seize nade with Mata through the door, gets that chip damage, and again, it's also important, gets another kill. Again, he's by no means a fragging IGL in the traditional sense. He's not like FNS level or anything, but he's definitely someone who can shoot his gun to an extent, but not the most fragging IGL. However, when it comes to these clutch rounds, I think, and I have no statistical evidence to back this up, this is just eye test, if you could somehow categorize clutch rounds, the rounds that matter the most, when the pressure is highest, I think he is the best IGL in the world at shooting, getting those impact kills, doing things that simply win your teams the rounds. It's no coincidence that NRG are the team that come back, in my opinion, one of the most in VCT, because they have a guy like that at the helm that has won those championships and can do that. And you can see it again here. He's spammed so much, by the way, when he's done with this, he has 8 bullets in his rifle. Mata gets that kill, and it's the beginning of the end. Everyone is just so low from the spam, from the seize nade, that they end up taking the map. Keiko, with 34 kills, dominates, and NRG are able to win. And I mean, look how happy he is. He looks so happy. It's great. Anyways, I know I haven't uploaded in a while, so let me know what you guys liked about the video, what I should change up for the rest of Masters Toronto, and go ahead, hit that subscribe button. Remember, use code Lions for your flow state. I really believe in it. It does work. It's helped me out a ton in ranked, so I'm no longer a bottom fragging bum. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.